So it's taught me that I can't control everything, certainly, because I use so much stuff from outside and from nature. I can't control that. I can't control the silkworms. I can learn from them and study them and try to predict what they're going to do or how something is going to grow. But it's very humbling to know that you have to depend on nature and you can't control it all. That's very freeing, actually. I think it's lovely to have different aspects of your work that fit your different moods. Being out in the woods is always glorious, unless, of course, it's pouring rain, and then I can come into the studio. I work alone, and I love the solitude of the forest. I love the solitude of being behind my loom. Mostly, I just like to be quiet in my studio. When you're threading the loom, it has to be perfect. There's no leeway as to if you make an error, it has to be correct. So that is what is so meticulous. And that's a favorite part of mine. But also when I'm stitching things on or weaving them in, that does not have to be perfect. That can be just how I feel like it should be. And that's also very freeing because I can let go of the detail, very rigid parts of it. So whenever I use text, it's antique text. And what I mean by that, it was printed before the 1850s. That's when we used to, prior to the 1850s, we would make our paper out of old clothes. We called it rag paper. And then we started making wood pulp paper. And if I were to weave with just a regular newspaper or book from today, it would just disintegrate, fall apart in the weaving. So I use this antique text, which can stand up to the weaving. I also love the fact that it used to be a cloth, and we beat it up and made paper out of it. And now I'm stripping that paper and weaving it back into cloth. Because they're from the 1850s, the words are both charming and they can also be offending. So I always read the text. And depending on how hard I beat that in the loom, you can read parts of it. I don't ever let you read all of it. So you can pick out some words and you can kind of make up your own meanings because you can read this word and that word, but not all the connecting words. I think that what people see in my work is carried from my feelings that I have while I'm making it, that quietude that can be seen. I've seen people look at my work in a busy craft show and it's rather frenetic, and then I see them walk into my booth and you can just see their face calms down and they just kind of relax while they look at my work. And that is very gratifying just to watch that happen.